I even don't know from where to start the story. My younger brother, Mike, was studying the third year at medical school and was passing his final exams when spontaneously his friends decided to do a Euro trip right after finishing the semester. And to join them, my brother needed to get some extra cash. I tried to offer him my financial help in that by simply lending the needed amount for a trip. Yet, since Mike was a proud, stubborn asshole, he refused my offer. He was having such a life rule that if you need something, he should get it or earn it by himself, without anyone's help, and I always respected that. Since most of the daytime Mike was studying, he needed a job where he could work during the night. And that's when he found a job offer to a position of a night shift security guard at Freddy's Fast Food Pizza. If only I could persuade him not to apply for that job. Despite having a dark past, Freddys Pizzeria was quite a popular place and was making good money. Without any complications, Mike was accepted to his job. His task was pretty simple: to watch over the pizzeria from midnight to 6 a.m. Coincidentally, due to a seasons of vacation in our department, the same way as my brother, I was supposed to work night shifts all week long. And due to that, we used to call each other every night to chat. Then we had time, of course, to do it. On his first night, Mike called me at around 4 a.m. and was happily telling how he likes that place. According to his words, this work was ideal for a student, since all night long he could calmly study and do his stuff, only from time to time looking at security cameras where nothing special was going on. I was truly happy for my brother, yet also suggested him not to overwork there and keep on his job. It was really that calm and quiet. Then he also should not forget to sleep. On his second night, Mike called me at around 5 a.m. with a positive voice. He told me that most likely he drank too much coffee, since for some time he thought that one of the animatronics had disappeared from his place on the stage and was struggling around the pizzeria. We both had a good laugh on that weird illusion, and then again I suggested him not to forget to sleep, since sleepless nights never went away without consequences to the health, and the future doctor should know that better than anyone else. On third night, Mike called me at around 3 a.m. This time, without any fun in his voice, he told me that now several animatronics have disappeared from the stage, and as he thinks are moving towards him. He had closed both the doors and finally decided to follow my advice to get some sleep, since, according to his words, for the last 3 days he only managed to sleep for a few hours, And those kind of illusions with alive animatronics started really to scare him a little bit. On his fourth night, Mike called me somewhere in the morning, and with a fear in his voice, he told me that despite the good sleep that he had yesterday, once again it seemed to him that animatronics became alive during the night, were walking around the pizzeria, and most likely were searching for him. Unfortunately, security cameras at pizzeria didn't have recording feature, and there was no way to play back all mentioned events that happened during the night. Due to that, Mike had no proof of either he was losing his mind or animatronics were actually becoming alive during the night and were walking inside the pizzeria. On that, I suggested him simply to leave the job and fully stress his attention on studying without putting any more unnecessary stress on his mind. Also, I told him that I'm always ready to help him financially. And, as expected, stubborn Mike told me that he will not leave his job, since, due to his contract, he was supposed to finish at least 5 shifts, as only then he will receive some payment. And, despite the tiredness and fear, Mike was planning to finish his 5th night there and get the money. By the end of the call, he also told me that plans finally to find out what is really going on in pizzeria during the night. On 5th night, I received 3 missed calls from Mike. By that moment, a bloody massacre happened near Arkham in the mansion at address Eastway Road 24. Lots of bodies were found, among which were 4 police officers. There was only one survivor in that nightmare, and our department was ordered to interrogate the only witnesses and suspect at the same time. At around 8 a.m., in the midst of interrogation, suddenly my partner ran inside of the room and told me immediately to follow him. On my questions, what's going on, he shortly answered that something happened in the pizzeria where my brother used to work. Straight away, I remembered about missing calls from him. There were 3 voice messages left for me. In the first one, Mike told me that once again, he witnessed how animatronics were moving inside the pizzeria. Yet, this time, he was no longer planning to lock himself in a security room and was planning to find out what is really going on there. In his second message, Mike, with a panic in his voice, was telling me that he got attacked. He managed to lock himself in the security room, yet due to some electricity fever, he wasn't sure that he will be able to hold on until morning. Due to that, he was desperately asking me to help him. I didn't manage to listen for a third message, as we already arrived on the place. Several police and ambulance cars were parked near pizzeria. It was obvious something really bad happened in there. I quickly ran out of the car and rushed towards the building. Several police officers tried to stop me by saying that it is better for me not to go in there. Yet, in a rage, I pushed them away and ran inside. Only now I understand why they so hardly tried to stop me. And if only they could do that, as in no way my mind was ready to see a horrible nightmare I witnessed. The body of my brother, or correctly to say, what was left of him, was discovered in the storage room. Even I wasn't able immediately to recognize Mike, as his body was so badly mutilated. According to preliminary version, either someone possessing a superhuman strength or a group of people tried to push in my brother inside one of an animatronic suit, which from inside